Hello, and that was the requested transcription I did of Al Wilson's version of the song Show and Tell, and I do believe that Dennis Parker was the bass player on that track. And you can find this transcription at musento.com under Intermediate Learning Songs, and also at gregstranscripts.com. It was kind of hard to find out who actually played bass on the song, and I'm still not exactly sure. I went online and dug around a little bit. Some people say that it was James Jamerson that played, and it's definitely kind of in the James Jamerson style, but I don't think it was Jamerson. The biggest thing for me is that there's just not enough variations in the bass part for it to be Jamerson. I think Jamerson was a very free player, and he was constantly, putting variations in. So I don't think it was Jamerson that played this, and all I've found is that it might have been Dennis Parker. So if anyone knows for sure, please let me know, and I'll be sure to update the credits in this one. It's a good song. This is I wasn't sure I was going to do a play along for this one, but started playing along to a drum track, and it makes for a fine play along. I mean, it's there's some things you got to watch out for in this one. It's kind of challenging, and the biggest things I've found for me is the articulation. You've got the don don dan da ba don don da don. On the end of 2, you got to keep that short, and then 3 and keep that short, and then the rest you kind of play long. He keeps that pretty well throughout the whole song, and it's pretty important. If you can keep those 3 notes short, you find that it really creates a nice bounce and a kind of a groovy dance kind of feel. Again, the big thing is the and of 2 and 3 and. Keep those fairly short, and then play the rest as written, and you should be good. The other thing I had to watch out for was there's so many ways that you can play this with open strings and closed strings. So just finding a way to keep it to keep the instrument quiet, and to get a nice bounce and feel, and not have to work too hard too. So on the beginning lick where he's in G, that don don dan da ba don don dan da, I really don't think he was moving around too much. Like you could, of course, play it. You could do that, but it didn't sound right to me. I was pretty sure that there's an open D in there that he's playing for on the G chord, but then when he goes up to the D chord, I wasn't sure if he's playing open on that one. So I ended up kind of doing a variation of open strings and closed strings, and I encourage you to try for yourself. I think in the end what's important is that you just get a good sound and a good feel, and maybe we're all a little bit different on how we would play that, but for me, to keep the instrument quiet, get a good sound and a good feel, I found a combination of open strings and closed strings worked for me on this one. Okay, so what I'd like to do for you is I'm going to play it just with a drum track, and if you do this, you're going to feel pretty exposed. I mean, it's just drums and bass, and you can really hear every little thing that you do. So I think when you do that, it really forces you to listen and forces you to play a little bit differently than you normally would if it was a full band. So, being exposed, I think is good for your playing. It's going to be at 85, the original was at 90. And again, I'm just going to pay attention to the articulation and try to get a nice bounce and a nice feel throughout the song. Okay, thanks for watching. We'll see you at the end. So there you go. Al Wilson's version of the song Show and Tell, and I do believe that Dennis Parker was the bass player on that track. And you can find this transcription at musento.com under Intermediate Learning Songs, and also at gregstranscripts.com. And thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to check out the websites, and we'll see you again next time. Thanks. Bye-bye.